The 1930s, a decade that dressed its cruelty in courtroom robes and called it justice. I've seen the files. I've read the testimonies. Every line smells of sweat, fear, and prejudice. It started in Scottsboro, Alabama, 1931. 9 black boys riding a freight train, chasing work and a little luck. They never found either. 2 white women, Ruby Bates and Victoria Price, accused them of rape. No evidence, no witnesses, just words sharpened by hate. The sheriff's posse stopped the train at Paint Rock, and the boys were dragged off like cargo. The doctor said there were no signs of rape. Didn't matter. The mob outside wanted blood, and the courtroom gave it to them. 8 of the 9 were sentenced to die. The youngest, Roy Wright, was 13, too small for the gallows, but not too small for hell. The case caught fire across the country. Harlem marched. The NAACP shouted. The International Labor Defense League took up the cause. Then came Samuel Leibowitz, a New York lawyer with a backbone and a target on his back. He walked into Decatur, Alabama, knowing the Klan was waiting outside. Ruby Bates recanted, said the story was a lie, made up to dodge a vagrancy charge. The courtroom froze. The Klan whispered about lynching the defendants and the lawyer who dared to defend them. Judge James Horton saw through the lies. He said Price's testimony was uncorroborated and contradicted by other evidence. He threw out the verdict. But justice doesn't last long in Alabama. Horton was forced off the case, replaced by Judge Callahan, a man who promised to debunk the Scottsboro affair. He did, by convicting them again. The Supreme Court stepped in twice, said the trials were a sham, said black men had been systematically excluded from juries. The governor grumbled that now they'd have to put Negroes in jury boxes. Still, the conviction stuck. By 1936, Haywood Patterson faced his 4th trial. 75 years in prison. "I'd rather die," he said. Deals were made behind closed doors. 4 freed, 4 condemned. The rest rotted in cells while the world moved on. Years later, one by one, they were released. Some escaped. Some died behind bars. The last, Clarence Norris, walked free in 1976, 45 years after the train stopped at Paint Rock. Governor George Wallace signed the pardon. 2 days later, Ruby Bates died in Washington state. The case was supposed to end there, but the ghosts never left. And it wasn't just Alabama. In North Carolina, a man named Gus Langley was framed for murder because his car had New Jersey plates. The jury didn't need proof, just prejudice. He was minutes from the electric chair when a missing word in the judge's sentence saved his life. 4 years later, the governor admitted he was innocent. In North Dakota, Governor William Langer was railroaded for politics, charged with conspiracy for collecting party funds, convicted by rivals, and thrown out of office. He fought back, appealed, and won. Came back stronger, governor again, then senator. Proof that sometimes, even in America, the truth can crawl out of the grave. But the Scottsboro Boys, they never got that kind of redemption. They were the faces of a system that didn't need evidence, just color. That's the thing about justice in the South. It doesn't wear a blindfold. It wears a hood. And me, I keep the case files, because someone has to remember the freight train that carried 9 boys into history, and how the law rode shotgun all the way to the gallows.